So one of the things that I've been working on is what I like to call two-stage braking. Yes, I'm trailing into the turn, but what I also want to do is start pushing and get some threshold braking in during the straight line portion. So basically I'm kind of pushing my braking markers, pushing harder within those braking markers, so that I'm loading the front, hammering on the brakes, and then kind of easing off and trailing into the turn. Because I feel like I'm leaving a little bit of money on the table by not really pushing on those brakes in the straight line sections. Because ultimately, whether I lock the wheels up or I go into ABS, there's really no danger factor there. We want to start pushing harder, and you're going to see his butt come off the seat, because one of the things that I do is when I'm coming in hard on the brakes, I want to load the crap out of that front tire. Well, part of loading the front is getting my body up over it. So what I was showing him was basically when you're coming in on this BMW, you're on the brakes so hard when you get your butt off the seat a little bit, your knees go into the front fairing pockets, these right here. Your knees will just rest right in here. All your body is up here and your weight is up over the bike. And then that really puts a lot of pressure on the front tire, which means I can come in on brakes a lot harder. Well, if I can come into brakes a lot harder, that means I can come in either A, with more speed, or B, I can brake later. And either of those things speed up my program and give me a better stopwatch time, right? So that's what we're working on right now. Two-stage braking. Let's really do some hard straight line accelerating. Let's speed up our mental clock. Let's drive really hard before we transition into the trail braking component of the braking process and get the bike turned around. So what I told him was, don't change your trailing process. Just start working on loading that front tire right here. Load that front tire so that you can come in harder on the brakes. And the challenge will be, however, being sensitive enough on the brakes that when I say two-stage, you're hard on the brakes, right? And then you ease up on them, still employing the brakes, but you ease up on that front brake as you start adding lean angle and dropping in. We don't want to keep that same level of braking force, because we're going to run the risk of losing the front, because we're now asking the tires to do two things, right? Brake and slow the bike, and also turn us. So we're going to have to ease off those front brakes. But when you just concentrate on trailing, it's a lot easier, because you're kind of just easing into the brakes through the turning maneuver. Well, that's great, but now we want to scrub more speed and carry more speed. So that's what we're working on. All right, we'll let you know how it goes.